Graduation day feels like a finish line. You wear a formal shirt. You take photos. You smile. Relatives say, "Now your life begins." And somewhere inside, you believe them. Because for 4 years you were told something very simple. Study hard. Get a degree. Get a job. Life will move forward. It sounds logical. It sounds fair. It sounds guaranteed. But no one tells you what happens when the guarantee fails. No one explains the space between a degree and a paycheck. As a middle-class graduate, you don't just carry a certificate. You carry expectations, your parents' sacrifices, your family's pride, your own silent promise that you will make it. You imagine a job within months, a steady salary, respect in society, progress. You imagine yourself moving forward. What you don't imagine is waiting. Waiting for interview calls, waiting for exam results, waiting for someone to say, "You're good enough." And the world doesn't slow down while you wait. Your friends start posting updates. First job, first salary, new city, new life. Comparison begins quietly. Not loudly, not dramatically. Just a small question in your mind. What am I doing wrong? At first, you're hopeful, then patient, then anxious, then silent. Because after a few rejections, you stop telling people about interviews. After a few failures, you stop sharing your results. And slowly, you stop believing in your own potential. Nobody prepares you for that emotional shift. The moment when confidence turns into doubt. The moment when ambition turns into fear. The moment when you begin to wonder if the problem is not the market, but you. Graduation gives you a degree, but it doesn't give you direction. It gives you knowledge, but not confidence. It gives you expectation, but not reality. And sometimes, reality arrives slowly. Sometimes it arrives harshly. Sometimes it arrives as rejection. This episode is not about success. It's about what happens after the applause fades, after the photos are taken, after everyone assumes you are moving forward. This is about the phase where you feel stuck, where effort doesn't match outcome, where time moves, but you don't. And that is where my story begins. In the year 2005, I graduated as an electrical and electronics engineer. With a degree in hand, dreams in my eyes, and my family's expectations on my shoulders, I truly believed life would start moving forward. I was wrong. Nobody tells you what happens when your degree is not enough. Nobody prepares you for rejection. There's something unforgettable about your first interview. Not because of the questions, but because of the hope you carry into that room. You don't walk in as just a candidate. You walk in as someone who believes this might be the beginning. The beginning of independence. The beginning of respect. The beginning of becoming someone. Your resume feels heavier than paper. It carries expectations. You rehearse answers in your head. You imagine shaking hands confidently. You picture walking out, selected. In your mind, you've already moved forward. But reality doesn't care about imagination. And sometimes, your first step into the real world is not applause. It's silence. My first interview came through a consultancy. They said, "Pay us after you get your first salary." I didn't question it. I just wanted a job. I walked into an industrial area in Bangalore. Machines running, grease smell. They asked me about microcontrollers, SCADA systems, projects. I had memorized theory, but I had no practical skills. My hands were cold. My voice shook. I froze. That was my first rejection. It hurt, but I thought, it's okay. Next one will work. There's a difference between failing once and failing repeatedly. The first rejection hurts. The second one confuses you. But when rejection becomes a pattern, it changes something inside you. You start preparing less confidently. You start expecting bad news. Interviews stop feeling like opportunities. They start feeling like tests you're destined to fail. And slowly, hope becomes routine. Routine becomes disappointment. And disappointment becomes familiar. Next one didn't work, nor the one after that. Interview after interview, company after company, same result, rejected. Each time I came home, I would avoid eye contact with my parents. My father never shouted. That made it worse. He would simply ask, "What happened?" And I would say, "They'll call." They never did. In a middle-class home, a government job is more than employment. It's respect. It's stability. When private companies reject you, people say, "Try government exams." You try. You study again. You wait again. You hope again. And every result day feels like judgment day. Roll number search. Scrolling. Heart racing. Sometimes the hardest part is not failing. It's refreshing the page knowing the answer won't change. My father believed government jobs were secure. HAL, BEL. I wrote the exams. Again and again. Every result day was torture. Roll number search. Scrolling. Hoping. Not found. Failed. Friends started posting about job offers, campus placements, first salaries. I stopped attending gatherings. Comparison is silent violence. It eats you from inside.
I'm ready.
Failure feels heavier when others are succeeding. Friends get placed. Friends relocate. Friends celebrate. Social media becomes proof that life is moving. Just not yours. You smile at their success. But in private, you measure your delay. Comparison doesn't shout, it whispers. Why not you? And that whisper can be louder than rejection. Time moved on. Friends bought bikes. Some got engaged. Some moved to different cities. I was still at home, still preparing, still trying, but internally, I started calling myself a failure. Disappointment turned into frustration. Frustration into anger. Anger into silence. I spoke less, smiled less, dreamed less. Sometimes hope arrives quietly, not with celebration, not with certainty. Just a simple email, a written test, an interview, a phone call. You're selected. And suddenly, all the rejection feels worth it. But what we don't realize in that moment is this. Not every breakthrough is a destination. Some are just stepping stones. And some hope comes with conditions. Then in 2006, an email arrived. An IT services company, written test, interview. 1 week later, a phone call. You're selected. I didn't even ask about the role. I just asked, what is the salary? 3,000 rupees per month. Today that sounds small. Back then, it meant dignity. It meant I could finally say, I have a job. I was on cloud 9. For the first time in months, I saw pride in my father's eyes. That moment, I will never forget. The first job changes your identity. You're no longer unemployed. You're working, you're earning. You feel lighter, but reality reveals itself slowly. The work isn't exciting, growth isn't fast. The salary isn't transformative. And fear begins to replace ambition. Fear of losing stability. Fear of starting over. Sometimes we stay, not because we're growing, but because we're afraid to fall again. But reality slowly hit. The work was basic, growth was limited, learning was slow. Meanwhile, people around me were growing faster, switching companies, increasing salaries, learning new skills. I stayed because I was afraid to lose what I had just earned. Humiliation is different from rejection. Rejection says, not this time. Humiliation says, you are not ready. An interview room can feel like a courtroom. Every word judged, every pause noticed, every weakness exposed. Sometimes no one insults you, but the silence does. And when you walk out, you don't just question your preparation, you question yourself. One day I got another opportunity. HAL interview. I walked in with hope. I walked out with humiliation. My English wasn't fluent. My confidence wasn't strong. They told me, improve yourself, then come back. It wasn't cruel, but it felt like a verdict. I never went back. I returned to my old job. Same chair, same system, same salary cycle. There is a phase in life where nothing is dramatically wrong, but nothing is truly right. You're working, you're earning, you're surviving, but inside, you feel still. 6 years can pass quietly. No major failure, no major breakthrough. Just time moving forward while you feel paused. And one day you look back and ask, was I building something or just waiting? Six years passed, non-IT roles, low growth, 17,000 rupees per month. Experience? Yes. Direction? No. I was surviving, not progressing. Some nights I would sit alone and ask, is this my life? Is this what my degree was for? But here's what I learned later. Those years were building something invisible: patience, emotional strength, resilience, humility, the ability to sit with discomfort. This episode is not about success. It's about the phase nobody posts about. The waiting, the rejection, the silent battles. If you're in that phase right now, I want you to know something. Feeling lost does not mean you are finished. Sometimes, life breaks your confidence before it builds your character. This was just the beginning. There comes a moment when survival is no longer enough. When comfort feels like a cage. When staying feels heavier than risking. In 2012, I made a decision that would change everything. Not instantly, not magically, but permanently. What happens when you stop blaming the world and start rebuilding yourself? This was just the beginning.